Hi, I'm Dr. Mohit Kara. I'm a urologist and men's health specialist at Baylor College of Medicine, and for over 2 decades, I've dedicated my life to helping men reclaim their strength, vitality, and confidence. At every age, my passion is helping men not just live longer, but live better. When I talk about men's health, especially stamina after the age of 70, I always remind people that what truly defines vitality isn't the number of years you've lived, but how well your body has adapted to them. Aging brings natural changes: slower metabolism, lower testosterone, reduced blood circulation, and less efficient muscle recovery. But it doesn't have to mean giving up strength or energy. In fact, I've met men in their 70s who have more stamina than some in their 40s, and the difference always comes down to lifestyle, mindset, and small daily choices that compound over time. When you reach this stage of life, your body starts whispering what it once shouted. Fatigue lasts longer, recovery feels slower, and the body's hormonal rhythm shifts. Many men notice that the spark they once felt, the morning drive, the passion, the endurance, isn't quite the same. But this doesn't mean the end of vitality. It's the beginning of a smarter, more intentional approach to energy. The body at 70 doesn't respond to pressure or force. It responds to balance. The secret lies in supporting the natural systems that sustain energy, particularly cardiovascular health, hormone balance, and muscular function. Blood flow is the life of stamina. The same vessels that carry oxygen to your brain and muscles also play a crucial role in your physical performance and endurance. Over time, those vessels can lose flexibility because of oxidative stress and inflammation. That's why what you eat, drink, and think matters more than ever. Something as small as a teaspoon of turmeric infused honey each morning can make a measurable difference. Turmeric contains curcumin, which helps reduce the low-level inflammation that ages blood vessels and drains energy. Honey, meanwhile, provides antioxidants and a mild glucose source that helps stabilize morning energy without spiking insulin. Together, they offer a natural tonic that supports energy metabolism and blood flow, the 2 core pillars of stamina. However, the benefit of such natural remedies doesn't come from one magic teaspoon. It comes from consistency and moderation. Taking too much can be counterproductive. For instance, excessive turmeric can interfere with medications or thin the blood too much. The body after 70 values moderation more than intensity. That's why each choice, whether it's your morning tea or your bedtime routine, should focus on restoration, not strain. True stamina after 70 also involves mental energy. Men who stay active in mind and spirit, through reading, mentoring, prayer, or creativity, maintain stronger neurochemical balance. The brain and body mirror each other. If your thoughts stay young, your cells often follow. Combine that with gentle physical activity, walking, light resistance training, yoga, or swimming, and you create a rhythm that keeps the mitochondria, your body's energy factories, alive and functioning. So when I talk about a single teaspoon in my morning tea, it's not about a miracle ingredient. It's a symbol of awareness, of intentional living, and of choosing daily habits that heal rather than harm. At 70 and beyond, stamina isn't found in youth, it's built in wisdom. Every drop of discipline, every spoonful of good choice, adds up to a life that still burns bright long after the candles on your cake have multiplied. Every morning begins with a small ritual, and for me, it's the act of making tea. That quiet moment, when the steam rises and the world is still half asleep, becomes a reflection of how we approach health in our later years. Steady, mindful, and intentional. When I reach for that teaspoon of honey and turmeric, it's not just about taste. It's about giving my body a signal to awaken its natural healing systems. After 70, the body thrives on gentle stimulation rather than stress. You no longer need intensity, you need precision. The right nutrients in the right amounts at the right time. Many men come to me saying, "Doctor, I'm doing everything right, but I still feel tired." I tell them, at this stage, it's not about doing more, it's about doing better. The body's ability to absorb and utilize nutrients changes with age. The digestive system becomes less efficient, meaning even a perfect diet might not deliver what the cells need. That's why simple combinations like turmeric and honey, taken in warm water or tea, can make a difference. Turmeric works at the cellular level, reducing inflammation that silently eats away at stamina. Chronic inflammation is like a low, burning fire. You might not feel it, but it gradually damages blood vessels, weakens muscle repair, and drains energy. Honey, on the other hand, provides gentle fuel for the mitochondria, the tiny engines that power every cell in your body. Unlike refined sugar, it offers natural glucose that supports steady energy without sudden crashes. It also contains antioxidants that protect cells from oxidative stress, one of the biggest culprits of aging fatigue. Together, this teaspoon becomes a small act of restoration, a way of telling your body that you're still listening to it, still caring for it. But of course, there's always a balance. My wife often reminds me that more isn't always better, especially when it comes to powerful natural compounds. Too much turmeric can interfere with blood, thinning medications, and excessive honey can raise blood sugar levels. That's the lesson aging teaches best. The beauty of moderation. The human body after 70 is like a fine instrument. It needs harmony, not volume. Small, consistent, balanced actions sustain vitality far more than drastic measures ever could. In truth, stamina isn't something we lose with age, it's something we must redefine. In our youth, stamina meant power and endurance. In our later years, it means resilience, the ability to wake up clear-headed, move with ease, think with focus, and feel emotionally grounded. When your mind is calm and your heart is steady, energy flows more freely. That's why emotional health, connection with loved ones, and purpose-driven living are as vital as any supplement or tonic. So, when I stir that teaspoon into my tea each morning, I'm not just boosting my health, I'm practicing awareness. It's a reminder that vitality isn't found in youth, but in balance, and that true stamina after 70 begins with the quiet wisdom of caring for yourself one mindful sip at a time. There comes a point in a man's life, usually after 70, when energy and strength feel different. The mornings aren't quite as quick, the steps a little slower, and the spark that once felt automatic now needs a bit of nurturing. Many men tell me, "Doctor, I still want to feel strong, focused, and active, but my body just doesn't respond like before." That's when I remind them that the body isn't betraying them. It's simply asking to be understood differently. Stamina at 70 is not about pushing harder, it's about working smarter, listening to the body's rhythm, and giving it what it truly needs to thrive. At this stage, stamina depends less on brute physical power and more on the harmony between hormones, circulation, and cellular energy. Testosterone levels naturally decline, and with them, motivation, endurance, and muscle recovery slow down. But this decline isn't the end of vitality. It's an invitation to support your biology in smarter ways. When blood flow becomes sluggish, muscles receive less oxygen, the brain less clarity, and energy levels dip. That's why circulation is the cornerstone of stamina after 70. Small changes that improve vascular health, hydration, movement, and anti-inflammatory foods can dramatically restore vitality. This is where that single teaspoon in the morning tea becomes symbolic. A mixture of honey and turmeric, taken in moderation, nourishes blood vessels and supports the body's natural healing response. Turmeric's active compound, curcumin, helps fight the inflammation that stiffens arteries and weakens energy transfer in the body. Honey provides gentle glucose to power the mitochondria, the energy engines that keep every organ running. It's not a miracle cure, it's a steady signal to the body. A daily reminder that you're still investing in your health, one cup at a time. However, physical stamina is only half the equation. The other half lies in mental and emotional resilience. At 70, energy isn't just about muscle, it's about mindset. Men who maintain curiosity, who read, laugh, and stay socially connected, tend to have higher dopamine and serotonin levels, chemicals that influence motivation and endurance. The more you stay engaged with life, the more your body mirrors that engagement with energy. A strong heart and a focused mind work hand in hand to sustain vitality. Sleep also becomes the silent pillar of stamina. Many men underestimate its power, but deep sleep is when testosterone is naturally replenished, muscles repair, and the mind resets. Without quality sleep, even the best diet or supplement can't perform its magic. That's why developing an evening routine, one that calms the nervous system and encourages restorative rest, is as important as the morning rituals we follow for energy. Ultimately, stamina after 70 isn't about resisting age, it's about partnering with it. When you learn to nourish your body instead of forcing it, everything begins to align. Your blood flow, your hormones, your energy, even your confidence. Every mindful action, from that teaspoon in your tea to a peaceful walk in the morning sun, becomes part of a larger philosophy. That aging gracefully isn't about slowing down. It's about finding strength in balance, wisdom in routine, and power in consistency. When we talk about stamina in men over 70, it's easy to focus only on physical endurance, the ability to walk longer, climb stairs, or stay active. But real stamina goes much deeper. It's the combination of physical energy, emotional steadiness, and mental sharpness that allows a man to feel alive, purposeful, and confident every single day. After 70, the body's chemistry changes, and so must the approach to maintaining strength. What worked at 40 or 50 may not work now because the body's priorities shift. It values recovery more than intensity, nourishment more than stimulation, and balance more than speed. Each day, the body performs a quiet miracle. The heart pumps over 100,000 times, the lungs exchange oxygen thousands of times, and the brain sends millions of signals just to keep you alive. But these systems depend on cellular energy, the power generated inside the mitochondria. As we age, those mitochondria weaken from oxidative stress, inflammation, and nutrient deficiencies. That's why stamina feels harder to maintain. The engine is still there, but it needs better fuel. Natural antioxidants like turmeric, vitamin C, and CoQ10 can help protect these energy factories. Honey, in small amounts, offers steady glucose that feeds cellular function without overwhelming the body's insulin response. Many men overlook how much emotions and mindset affect their stamina. Chronic stress raises cortisol levels, which can reduce testosterone, weaken muscles, and make the body store fat instead of burning it for energy. By 70, stress management becomes as essential as exercise. Gentle breathing, meditation, and gratitude practices can actually reprogram the nervous system to operate in a calmer, more efficient way. It's not just about relaxing. It's about giving the body permission to heal. When the mind is at ease, the body's energy flows more freely, and stamina naturally improves. Another crucial factor is movement. Exercise after 70 doesn't need to be aggressive. In fact, the goal is consistency, not competition. Simple daily walking, stretching, light resistance training, or yoga can keep muscles active, joints flexible, and blood circulation strong. Physical motion is what tells the body, I still need you. When muscles stay active, they signal the brain to produce more growth factors and hormones that sustain strength. Even a 15-minute morning walk in sunlight can help regulate circadian rhythm, boost vitamin D, and awaken natural energy pathways. Nutrition also plays a silent yet powerful role. Protein intake often decreases with age, but it's essential for preserving muscle mass. Combined with hydration, minerals like magnesium and potassium, and anti-inflammatory foods, it builds a foundation for stamina that medication alone can't provide. And just as important as what you eat is how you eat, slowly, mindfully, allowing the body to digest and absorb nutrients efficiently. Ultimately, true stamina after 70 isn't about chasing youth, it's about mastering vitality. It's about respecting your body enough to give it balance, rest, and the right fuel. A teaspoon of turmeric and honey in tea might seem like a small step, but it symbolizes something larger. The daily commitment to nurture the life that still flows within you. When you treat your health as an act of gratitude rather than maintenance, stamina stops being a struggle and becomes a natural expression of a well-cared-for life. After 70, the body becomes a storyteller. Every heartbeat, every breath, every quiet ache carries the memory of decades lived. At this stage, stamina is not about pushing limits but preserving harmony. Men who reach this age often say, I just want to feel steady again, not tired all the time. What they're really asking for is balance in hormones, in blood flow, in energy. The key to stamina after 70 is not intensity but rhythm, learning how to fuel, rest, and move in sync with your body's natural tempo. One of the most overlooked truths about stamina is that it begins in the smallest of habits. That morning teaspoon of turmeric and honey isn't just a ritual, it's a micro-adjustment that helps the body fight inflammation and oxidative stress, two of the biggest energy thieves in aging. Turmeric reduces inflammation in the blood vessels, allowing better circulation and oxygen flow to the muscles and brain. Honey offers a clean, natural source of energy that supports the mitochondria, the tiny engines inside your cells. Together, they create a quiet but powerful synergy that promotes energy without strain. Yet stamina isn't built in the kitchen alone. It's also shaped by how we think. The mind is a powerful organ, and its messages to the body affect everything from hormone release to muscle function. When you think tired, you become tired. When you focus on purpose, your body finds the strength to follow. This is why maintaining emotional health and connection is vital. At 70, isolation can silently drain stamina more than any physical illness. Sharing meals, conversations, laughter, and simple companionship can trigger dopamine and oxytocin, hormones that uplift mood, sharpen focus, and renew energy. Sleep also plays a central role in sustaining stamina. Deep sleep is when the body repairs, hormones rebalance, and the heart and brain synchronize. Unfortunately, many elderly men struggle with sleep disruptions caused by low melatonin, stress, or medication side effects. Developing a calming bedtime ritual, dim lights, herbal tea, slow breathing, can help retrain the body's natural sleep rhythm. Without proper sleep, even the healthiest diet or supplement won't translate into